So, something that is suspiciously absent from the national conversation pertaining to illegal immigration is that of ending the war on drugs. It comes down to a willingness to dispense with this idea that the U.S. can do no wrong. The policies and initiatives taken on by the U.S. government can and do have very negative impacts on foreign countries, and the war on drugs is a classic case of this. And not only that, it's also a case of blowback and unintended negative consequences. So in very simple terms, what is going on here, we make drugs illegal because they're bad, but however bad drugs are, they pale in comparison to how bad things can get if you turn a product with a high demand into something illegal. Almost immediately you will find that violent organizations take the reins. By making these things illegal, you insist that drug cartels and violent gangs who have no problem killing whoever they need to or want to in order to garner more market share, you insist that those people reap all the benefits. They will experience astronomical increases in the amount of power, wealth, presence, and influence that they wield. This should not shock anyone, but what happens after groups like that obtain such immense power? Well, the rest of society surrounding it decays. It becomes volatile, and the ordinary citizen finds themselves with one option looking very attractive, and that is to flee to a more stable place. Now, I wouldn't claim that this is 100% entirely the only reason why illegal immigration occurs. Obviously, it's not, but it is a very large part of it. And so if your number one solution to this problem is building a wall, I would say that you need to go a little bit further in your thought process on this issue. Now, one fair point against what I've said is this. If we end the war on drugs, drug cartels will just diversify their activities into other areas like murder for hire or human trafficking, and those regions will remain unstable. Fair point, except for a few things. Consider why drug cartels right now do not engage more in murder for hire or human trafficking and put less of their time and energy into drugs. Because drugs are a far larger market. There is far more money to be made. So if you take away the profits they receive from drugs, it doesn't mean that those nefarious individuals go away overnight, nor that they wouldn't be able to make some money doing other terrible things, but you would be taking away their most profitable venture. This would greatly decrease their ability to maintain control or wield influence on public officials and law enforcement. This would bring back a good deal of tranquility and stability to those regions and allow them to more soberly focus on the remnants of drug cartels and whatever less profitable crimes they involve themselves with. Those law enforcement officials will be better equipped and able to deal with that. The main takeaway here is that the influence and power that these violent organizations would be wielding would plummet. It doesn't mean they disappear, but it would certainly mean they would be incapable of transforming the landscape of almost an entire continent into a blood-soaked hellhole. Their decline would greatly improve the chances of South American countries to increase their stability and prosperity and have some security. And above all, that long trek through miserable jungles and harsh deserts to cross into the U.S., well, that expedition would not be so much of a desperate last resort for these people. And also, as I said, there are other reasons for illegal immigration, but this is certainly one of the most severe ones, and also one of the ones with a very clear and concise way to solve the problem. But that is all for now. Later on, and please like and subscribe. That would be awesome. Peace.